Hey guys, AniMind here, and welcome back to another speedpaint video. Today, as you probably have seen, is the last part of my anti-element series, part 3. If you didn't know that it was the last part. And yeah, I really enjoyed drawing a bit more darker themed drawings in my storyline. I'll probably draw darker themes a bit more than usual in the future, but at the moment I'm still drawing with some pretty vibrant colors, because remember, these pictures here are like kind of old. This picture here that I'm actually drawing was the first of them. I actually did kind of in reverse my drawing these drawing this stuff and then showing it on the camera, which was weird. But yeah, and this is basically like a copy and paste of all of some of my old images that I worked on and then gave up on because I felt like I didn't have enough inspiration. Then I saw these pictures and this one on the screen right now, and then I decided, wow, these could really go together well. I'm going to talk a bit more about them later and who they are, and also about the girl in the last video. I talked about her. She doesn't have a name yet, but yeah. And anyway, this is Nigel, the evil and creepy one. Not this one in pencil, the one that's already been colored and shaded and everything. And you probably know if you have been following my storyline. If you haven't, then I just suggest you watch all my videos relating to things that aren't really common. You'll know if it's part of my storyline. Believe me, stuff like the underworld or Abaddon. Or just my storyline and stuff like that. I'm talking about names, not what I'm talking about, and anyway, so yeah, and the thing behind him, the person, the creature, it is like his henchman kind of. It's like his puppet henchman thing, if you understand what I mean. And this henchman thing, it is controlled by Nigel. Nigel controls him, and it's made up of like a kind of sticky-ish goo. You'll see it on his arms, just a little other form of it, and this sticky-ish goo can shapeshift and is controlled by him. Not actually by him, but by the evil side of him that is controlled by one of the anti-elements. If you didn't know, he is being controlled by the anti-elements. In one of my previous videos, I did say that Nigel was being controlled by an evil form of magic or something like that, but yeah, and these are the anti-elements that are like controlling him. As I've said in the previous video about the anti-elements, I'm saying that a lot. These anti-elements can control and possess some humans and creatures that are weak and are in search for power. Usually when you're low or when you come into contact with something really evil, then you usually can be infected and possessed, but it's not that hard to get unpossessed, I'd say, but it can be difficult if the person that is being possessed wants to be possessed, if you not understand what I mean. But anyway, let's talk about the girl in the picture. I really should have talked about her in that short, but that wolf, or fox rather, sorry, that was behind her. Well, the official image doesn't have her with the fox, but it would have been like that. But I decided for artistic reasons not to do that. But yeah, that fox behind her is also one of these creatures that exists out of this kind of evil matter, and that fox, she was also controlled by evil, but before the non-magical era, and then she got frozen. Well, no, what actually happened was because she was an electric bender, but electric benders don't get frozen because they can control electrons and magnetism, which means they control almost all types of magic. They can't create all types of magic, but they can deflect, control and regulate almost all kinds of magic, if you know what I mean. It's like they can easily bend energy that someone else shoots out, but they can't produce that energy ray themselves. So it's like, it's a good power to have when you're in a team or fighting against powerful enemies. So they're pretty powerful, and the thing is that because they're so powerful, they can resist non-magical heroes by creating force fields and stuff like that. So what happened is the non-magical, I mean, the spirits decided that these individuals would go into the anti-elements dimensions where they would be tortured and tormented. The reason for that isn't because the spirits are mean, because the anti-elements want to torture them for some reason, and because torturing them would cause them to become evil and broken and weak and in search and hungry for power. Basically, I'm just making this up. Not now, but I didn't really figure out everything yet, but it's like this, just on along the lines of this. And what happened is she went through almost endless cycles of torture. I actually played around with the concept of the seven. This is going to sound really weird, and I'm going to sound like a really creepy person, but I actually played around with the concept of the 7 rings or the 7 circles of hell. Her soul was split into 7 parts. No, 5 parts. It's kind of like the 7 circles of hell. Well, actually 6 parts. It was 6 parts. The first part was her physical body, and it was in the depths of space, in, of course, the anti-elements dimension, where it laid frozen and perfectly kept alive. And then the first part of her soul went to the dimension of passion, where she went through the torture of love. This is just, I'm not going to try and talk too much about love and all these emotions, but love can be torture for some people. In many cases, love can torture a person through stress, anxiety, and love is like a really mixed emotion to have. It's something that can be really torturous and can really hurt a person, but it can also make a person happy. So this instability is torture. Then there's torture of the body. This is physical torture, pain that she went through. This just the classic old, torture weapons and stuff like that. Then there was the torture of knowledge, where she was imbued with the knowledge of all that there is in the universe, then stripped of it, then given it again and again, meaning that because knowledge can be torture if you know, because the main cause of depression is if you know too much. Well, not the main, but what I believe can cause a lot of depression is if you know too much and you don't have faith. I would personally don't have any real religion, but I know that not having that kind of thing to look up to and know this is why stuff is like that when you don't know why it is, then if you don't have that anymore, it can be quite hard. It was hard for me. And so the torture of knowledge. Then there is the torture of life, and the torture of life isn't really torture. It was actually a perfect life, but the thing is that soul knew what was going on with the other parts of the soul, so she was tortured with guilt, and that is also a really painful thing to feel. Guilt is really hard to go through, because it's not always your fault that other people are in worse circumstances than you, and you want to help but you can't help, and you don't want to feel happy because that makes you feel even worse. So yeah, guilt is also a big torture. And then there is the torture of the soul. The reason why I just put the soul in is I thought it would be fun. And basically what happens is a soul goes through many lives, and she's giving a feeling of impermanence, and nothing lasts forever. But anyway, my time is up. Thanks for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe. I'm going now a bit deeper into the video than usual. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Say what you think about this 3-part series, what you thought about everything. Leave a like, subscribe once again, comment down below all of your thoughts, and yeah, I'll be coming back with a bit more regular videos. I just wanted to burn through this bit of a buffer that I had, but yeah, cue the music.